We're going to have to switch this water neck out because of where we located the sensor. It's right in the way. You're not going to be able to get a hose on there very well, and with the other bracket. So we're going to use this one. This one you can turn any way you want. So it'll be nice even after we install it, we can loosen it up and position it in the spot that we want it. And just like that, we have an adjustable thermostat housing. Leave it a little snug. Word to the wise, the O-ring that goes down here on the bottom, put a little bit of grease on it and be very careful not to pinch it, as these are prone to leak if you do that. Talking about the fuel system, now we have most of it completed up front, but we still have to plumb our fuel lines, connect our fuel pump, mount our filters, and that all gets a little tricky. Not too many people do engine swaps on these M37s, especially Fi-Tech fuel injection on small block Chevy. I couldn't find one that's been done before, but believe me, that does not mean that it has not been done. Somebody may very well have done this before and they're just sitting back watching me, and I'm making all these new discoveries that they already knew about. But anyway, that's the fun of custom cars. You have two different fuel filters for the system, a 100 and a 10 micron. The 100 micron goes before the pump, the 10 micron goes between the pump and the fuel injection unit on the engine. Make sure that they're secured. Make sure they're not bouncing around or rubbing on anything. The pump needs to be mounted lower than the fuel tank. Unfortunately, there's no good way to mount the pump without damaging something or being in a terrible position, so we had to make a bracket coming off the bottom of the frame on the driver's side, which I'll show you, to mount the pump so it is lower. And we're going to repurpose the drain on this fuel tank, because you want the fuel to drain out the bottom of the tank and be gravity fed to the pump. Hopefully this works. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Again, that's the fun of custom cars. Let's get the fuel system plumbed, and then we'll try to wrap up some more stuff on this. All right, so we got our fuel pump mounted here. You can see we had to take a steel bracket and then make another bracket come over to mount it so it's not hitting the tire or the spring, and it's hanging below the tank but not too low. You've got the post filter. Now this post filter does not need a clamp to be held. It can just be held with the line itself because it's nice and light. However, the pre-filter comes with a clamp that it needs to be mounted with. And then we're going to run the line over here, and then we're going to put a fitting in there and hook it up, and then we'll just run a return line. The return line, you're going to run down the frame rail the same way and then secure it with this line, and then we're going to go into either the existing line on the frame rail up there, or we're going to run a new line and a new fitting on top of the tank. This thing's off-road now. I don't know if we're going to make it down this hill though. Oh shit, we're going to flip this motherfucker over.
Oh, it doesn't turn. Oh no. It's right where the golf cart got stuck.
Imagine. No. No.
I told you we were going to end up walking back.
Oh man. As far as the switches go, we reutilized this switch for the ignition switch. On, off. That's it. No key required. We also use this for our headlight switch for on and off and parking lights. These switches are currently not going to be used, but we may turn one of these into the wiper switch. And again, that's for the blower motor. As far as the exhaust goes, we went to our buddy's shop, Raw Power Performance, and we purchased some pipes. We got the pipe bent into various 90 and 45 degree bends, so we had bends to cut up, and we made our own pipes. I'll show you the mufflers, and then we'll go under the truck. Use these compact mufflers and 2-inch pipe. We'll take a look underneath the truck and show you what we did as far as hooking them up to the headers and running the pipe. As you can see, we got our pipes run now. It was a little bit tricky going over here and making that curve, but we were able to do it. Same thing on this side. Ran out of the collector down. This one was a pretty straight shot, and then we'll tie in a piece of long pipe here, muffler, and the turn down right at the back of the running board. So for a better view, you'll have your muffler over here and a little bit of a turn down right there, right before the end of the running board. That's going to wrap it up for this look into the M37. So we got it running. Yes, it sounds like a tractor, but that's because the timing's off and the exhaust is halfway hooked up. We'll get the mufflers on and get those hung and welded, and we'll finish converting the lights. And we still have to take the task of running the hoses and putting the belts on the engine. But we're this close to being done. Closer and closer every time. No huge problems this time. But stay tuned for more episodes. We'll get this thing ready for the road. Till next time, happy hot rodding.